Well, on Monday, the NYPD rolled out its new Quality of Life Division to respond to problems reported to 311. It comes as officials say complaints for offenses like outdoor drug use, illegal parking, and aggressive panhandling have risen sharply over the last 6 years. However, groups like the New York Civil Liberties Union are warning that the new enforcement will lead to police harassment and profiling of poor people and people of color. Joining us now is CBS News law enforcement contributor and former deputy commissioner with the NYPD, Richard Esposito. Richard, welcome. This is a pilot program that is just in a few precincts in portions of the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and southern Manhattan. How do Mayor Adams and the NYPD say this program is supposed to work?
That's really the key question. This is a quality of life program. It is not broken windows. This is not about emergencies, crimes in progress. This is about double parked cars, people who get in the way of the quality of life of most people. And that's an important distinction. The tactics of broken windows were arguably, at the time they were in progress during a crime wave, the right tool. It would not be the right tool today.
And that was what I was going to ask about. If this program, do you think the policing skills have changed since back then? There's any way that this would work?
Yeah, I mean, police, not only have policing skills changed, the city and the demographics of the police department have changed. The police department is largely non-white. It's 38% white. Most of the people are people of color. The city is largely non-white. It's 35% white. 28% Hispanic, 16% Black, et cetera. So sort of the civil libertarians are like a basketball team that can only go to its right. They need to change their game and look at the reality of the city. The cops who are involved in this are most likely going to be people of color. The victims of crime in New York are over 85% people of color. So their logic discounts things like economics, poverty, all of the reasons that drive crime. So those are the important factors they leave out of their sort of off-the-cuff, without thinking it through argument.
Richard, do you think, though, people have somewhat of a right to be concerned about this form of policing, or do you feel it's going to be a fair way of keeping the city safe?
People should always be concerned about the quality of policing and the tactics of police. It is always worth watching. I think Commissioner Tisch, Mayor Adams are very sensitive to the issues, and they're also very sensitive to the vast majority of New Yorkers who experience, like I did yesterday, somebody sleeping across 3 seats on the subway when I'm going to work in rush hour. That car is filled with a lot of other people, most of them working people. So they have the same rights as the people that might be the targets of the policing.
All right, CBS News law enforcement contributor Richard Esposito, thank you so much for your insight.
Cindy, thank you.
Richard joins us on Wednesdays. For more on this, head to our website, cbsnewyork.com.